Liz Jonas Diary, in which I find a kindred spirit. I decided to write this column about the TV series Fleabag. I hadn't been watched, but then, weeks after the rest of British womanhood, I binge-watched it, and it was like being tossed a rubber ring in the fetid, cold, outdoor, full of dead frogs swimming pool of my life. At a dinner to sell, no one spoke to me, as no one likes the well-dressed, child-free, single woman. Perhaps their husbands are too frightened to talk to me, and Fleabag, worried when they go to bed their wives will whisper through gritted teeth, "Why were you talking to her?" The men, that's where Fleabag and I are most alike, were angry. Permanently. Waller-Bridge even has a line similar to one from my new book. "You look well." Now, reading the reaction in the press, I am made even more livid that sordid women, you with partners so bullied they we sitting down, and pensions, and who are so self-assured they take maternity leave and change their surnames, ID worry no one would get in touch to give me work ever again. You have claimed Fleabag. I am sorry. These privileged, smug mums in the media go on about how Fleabag is about sisterly love, which of course it is. But I doubt they've lost. These comfy heifers who have co-opted Fleabag don't know what it's like to be truly ostracized. I don't even get the back of my expensively highlighted head in a family portrait. If been airbrushed. I am glad, too, Fleabag didn't get her happy ending, as Carrie et.al. did. Am I alone? Shocking moment. Drunk female teacher, 33, at £11,169 a year private school kissed pupil on a train. Meghan Markle's ex-husband Trevor Engelson, 42, and his heiress fiancé, 31, are pictured having fun. Meghan's Instagram plug for friends, £3,600 retreat royal site, comes under fire for promoting. He didn't think it was rape, he thought I'd be grateful. University student, 23, who was raped by a £9 live blood testing company boss. Elizabeth Holmes was the mesmerizing beauty who became the mother is left stunned after she opens a Kingsmill loaf to find it made entirely of crusts. Muslim yob who threatened to shoot and stab English pigs at the Royal Shakespeare Theatre is Princess Diana's niece Lady Kitty Spencer, 28, and her 60-year-old £80 whistles fashion tycoon. We love you, and we're waiting for you, and we're never going to give up. Madeleine McCann's parents. Hotter than Barcelona, Athens, and Ibiza. Spring sunshine. Heartbreak as teen softball player, 16, loses her fight for life after suffering burns over 90% of. Mother of 2, 41, left with a broken neck and paralyzed from the chest down after she was knocked. Terrified mother of 2 crouched over her baby girl as her husband kicked and punched her in the. Theresa May on track for the worst general election result in Tory party history as Brexit party. Farratt's Bacon-Sarney moment. Brexit leader you'll have to drag us off the land. Traveller families who have parked 25 caravans near.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.